Hello, Nidhi. Uh, you're on mute.
Sorry. See, the techies make the most tech mistakes.
Absolutely, yes.
How are you?
Ekdam great, great, great. So again, today we are live with one of our again wonderful guest, a personality who will inspire you for what she has achieved, for the pathway she has gone through. So welcome everyone with much, much love from Chai with Maya. On our show today, we have Nidhi Mahajan. So we'll just hear from her.
Thank you
Hello,
so
Nidhi
much,
Mahajan.
Maya. Hi. Thank you so much for the introduction. And well, we're all inspired by you, a woman coming from the financial domain is like point blank inspiration. When you hear of women in the finance sector, you're the person who we look up to. So it's a privilege to be here with you and talk about our journeys.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the love and everything which you have for me, thoughts. I really feel blessed that I have such wonderful people around me who inspire me always, and I always learn something or other with them.
I have learned a lot from you as well.
Thank you. So let's start.
Sure.
Nidhi Mahajan. What would you say to Nidhi Mahajan? Who is Nidhi Mahajan? What is Nidhi Mahajan?
Nidhi Mahajan is somebody who is living every day to fill the gaps in education that she has lived in her own journey. So that is my identity, that is my passion, that is my compassion, and that's what I do every day.
Fantastic, fantastic. Yes, and we share that same with you. Me also being in education, yes, finance education, and you with the whole thing of education. So I just love that when we have that similarity amongst us.
I think that's a very basic reason why we very quickly connected because an
Yes.
educator's mind, somebody who's into the learning domain is always looking to learn. And that's what I got from you. You with so many years of experience. I still remember our first meeting and you were all in for learning what could I learn from this person, and that is a very basic trait of a person who is an educator.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, totally agree. Education, uh, can you just define some niche or something, what education you feel and how you and how many years you are into this profession?
Mhm. So, Maya, I've been into the education sector for almost 18 years now. Okay, I have taught in schools, I have taught in colleges, I have taught in a university, I have worked,
You have got,
my
yeah,
apologies, I have
mhm,
worked on building a platform for coding education for kids. Okay,
fantastic.
so it's been a very long journey of 18 years with lot of learnings. And despite of having got an opportunity to teach at various organizations, I feels I just feel that schools were basically and the little kids were where I found my passion. I found that it is important to fill the gaps there because more you grow, more difficult and time consuming it is to fill those education gaps. So that became something that I'm extremely passionate about. And that's what I've been working on, and still a very long journey to go.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. But 18 years, then from 18 years, you are into like education of coding, is it?
Yes, I am a postgraduate in computer sciences. So I
Okay.
have been into education of technology, coding since these all 18 years. But see, whether you talk of coding, you talk of finance, you talk of mathematics, science, these are all tools, right? The basic of education is learning, you know, finding your own self, finding your strengths. All the subjects are tools for you to be able to find where your passion lies, what resonates with you, what you identify with, and what is that propelling agent in your life. Rest all are tools. So it doesn't matter what you're learning, it matters what you're learning. Do you really want to learn that? And what methods of learning do you adapt? Learning in itself is such a big subject, right? So,
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely agree with you. So, like, learning it is itself is in, which you are saying that itself is a very big subject. So,
yes,
what challenges you feel?
are in learning.
Yes.
The biggest challenge is that everywhere the focus is on the tool. Okay, I'll give you an example. Like today, we are connecting over a channel, okay, a meeting. The focus has to be us. The focus has to be the content that we deliver and the reason why we are here. While in education, what is happening, the focus is on whether it is done through Zoom or it is done through Teams, okay, or it is coming on YouTube or it is coming on Insta, okay. In education, what is happening, the focus is on the tools, which subject, which skill, while the base of everything, which is how to learn, what are the right methodologies of learning, what is the process of learning, how to explore, how to reach there, that is not part of the education system. That somebody, if they've just hacked it on their own good enough, okay, if they're not able to hack it, you will see that they're like, you go through the whole journey of life, we fit into the templates. I have done everything right, I get good marks, I got 2 degrees in my pocket, okay, but still when I've gone through that education process of good 17, 18 years, why do I still feel I'm lost? That is because we were kind of trying to fit ourselves into templates, and the connection with our own self of what propels us, what we want to do, goes missing. That is a very, very big gap in learning.
Absolutely, absolutely. So how you started? What was like something exciting might have happened. Sure, I'm sure about it. Because you are that bubbly, bubbly kinds, I know. Very cheerful, very loving. So ऐसा तो जरूर हुआ होगा कुछ. So I would really want to know some good thing which has happened or some eye-opener incidents, I would say.
So, uh, I'll tell you why I actually came into education. So, all these things happen by chance. You don't prepare yourself to get into. I was also the same person. I had done my degrees in computer sciences, wanting to go to a company, be in the corporates. But somehow, with recessions, with things, and me having a not very good record in my graduation, I fell off the 60% criteria, and hence I could not get into, a corporate. So what happens is you by default get into education. Okay. And I think that was one my father always used to say. He's an educator by heart. He's lived all his life. He's still, he's a chemistry professor. And
Oh,
education is in his blood. So I think that is where it came from. It was my destiny. So I fell into education. Okay. uh, I don't think I was thinking much what I want to do. I was more of having fun. And when I got into it, I think I started enjoying it. Realization hit when I started working in schools
okay.
because I saw what is the difference between teaching someone and being able to engage someone. Okay. Now coming to how from education I fell into, building something and kind of looking forward to doing something which is unique. That was because while in the journey of education, uh, tech, I realized, okay, tech has been really difficult for me also because it is always associated with logic, right? And somehow I was a person who would always, tag herself to be more creative than logical. I think, I don't know, I've had that tendency all my life to just, escape certain hard questions. Oh, I'm really creative, I won't call myself logical. But it took time for me to realize that logic, creativity, these are all things. Creativity is the biggest logic you can apply, right? So what happened was that I was seeing why these kids, they love to be in classes, they love being educated. But what is the problem? Why do you have to, why the classes are so boring? Okay, when I was a child, I don't remember classes where I've had fun. So that was such a big gap. And then we saw, kids of our own home, like they would connect with each other. They're so tech savvy. We were left behind. They would connect over calls, they would connect, they would talk various things. They knew how to share everything around. Okay. We would not be able to navigate these Zoom calls, team calls, and they were like having fun with cousins over group calls. And somehow, we kind of heard their conversations. The whole family was like, oh my God, they were talking about this, girls talking about dresses, boys talking about cars. And it just struck us that it's very important. These kids have super brains. What is important is to be able to give them a constructive platform. So he said, okay, let's do one thing. All you want to do is you want to talk to each other, right? You want to have fun with each other. You want to be with each other. Okay, especially when you're distance apart. Why not? Let's come online and let's learn Python. Like, let's learn Scratch. Let's learn something. That's where it started,
Oh,
and
fantastic.
slowly it started growing because see, I did a very basic criteria. जब आप दोस्तों के साथ कुछ सीखते हो ना, and this has been the USP of being able to build, you know, uh, things from scratch to uh, making something constructive, right? जब आप दोस्तों के साथ कुछ सीखते हो ना, तो आपकी जो ऑफलाइन कन्वर्सेशंस हैं, your conversations in itself change. If
Absolutely.
Maya and Nidhi are learning finance together, invariably when we both will meet for a cup of coffee, there will be 20% of our conversation which will take us back to finance. So what happens there is that is the mindset change. Your conversations change. And we individuals are made of our thoughts, our words, and our company. So when that starts changing, right, the whole journey of learning starts to change. That is where, I moved, or it happened to me that I came into the side of business and entrepreneurship than just being an educator.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, what were your challenges? Challenges and reality. हम जब स्टार्ट करते हैं ना, तब देखो हम बहुत वो होते हैं कि ठीक है ये
Mhm.
स्टार्ट कर ले, तब हम शायद कभी कभी हम बहुत एनालिटिकल भी नहीं होते हैं, और कभी कभी बहुत एनालिसिस भी कर ले अगर
ठीक
और
है।
स्टार्ट करें कोई बिजनेस, तो उसके बाद भी कोई जो बिना सोची हुई भी चैलेंज और रियलिटीज फेस करनी पड़ती है. व्हाट वाज दैट इन योर जर्नी आफ्टर यू स्टार्टेड? सम चैलेंजेस, अरे हमने तो ऐसा सोचा ही नहीं था.
सो व्हाट हैपेंस इज जब आप कुछ नया नया शुरू करते हो ना, तो आप बहुत मोटिवेटेड होते हो, ठीक है?
यस, एब्सोल्युटली.
और आपको लगता है आप आप ये भी कर लो, आप वो भी कर लो, एंड any challenge to you is like, yes, I'm going to do it. And as it is, when you want to grow something, initial stages में ना हर चीज बहुत lucrative लगती है, ठीक है? But the reality is anything that you want to start, you want to build does not happen in a day. It takes a whole lot of patience, right?
एब्सोल्युटली.
Today, if you try to evaluate 10 businesses, I think largely they will have the same problems and the same
एक कोई ऐसा
challenges.
इंसिडेंट, कि कुछ मुझे ये चैलेंज, अरे ये हो गया, ऐसा ऐसा कुछ हुआ.
बहुत बार. And I'll tell you, in this journey, I've hopped on roles. So I was into teaching first. Then I became a mentor, which was like my domain. And then running a business, you fall into a lot of roles. I fell into sales, zero experience, and with that zeal of, oh, I love talking. It's conversation. You're trying to make a sales. People are like, hello. Yeah, hi, this is Nidhi. Shh, the phone is off. And your heart breaks into two pieces, thinking what just happened. Then you call somebody else. One day, somebody gets up and scolds you on the call, saying that, you have great teachers, the management is the issue. You guys are not doing this, you guys are not doing that. So the challenge is very inner Maya. I tell you, I think the biggest challenge came from the fact that I lacked confidence, I lacked self belief, and I was living in this bubble of you start something and you do something. No, that is not how it happens. Things happen when you work on a discipline. आप काम करते हो, रोज करते हो. आई रिमेम्बर ये सेल्स कॉल में मैंने कम से कम 50 कॉल की होंगी एंड I've counted them. I've counted. I would sit down for the calls, one call, nobody picking up. One call, somebody is talking on and on and on, and still nothing constructive coming out of it. And then, when on the 50th call, a parent said yes, it was like, oh my God, there is the aha moment. But by that time, so much time has passed. We being humans, जब तक आप उस सक्सेस जिसके लिए आप वेट कर रहे हो ना, वो तब तक बड़ी नॉर्मल हो जाती है, फिर आप दूसरी सक्सेस पे टारगेट करने लग जाते हो. तो
Absolutely.
lot of things that come in your journey, lot of aha moments, lot of sinking of heart. Sometimes you get up in the morning and you see a nasty mail from one of your customers, and उसी वक्त दिल डूब जाता है आपका कि बस now what do you do? It's very difficult to navigate sometimes.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So you have like under you there are many teachers and they manage
Yes.
that online sessions. So it's like
Yeah.
that, and
Or
you have to
yeah.
delegate them and get
Yes.
the online these workshops done and
Yeah.
classes.
These are basically online classes, online live classes that we do.
Okay, and what are the subjects you cover and how it is?
Our niche is coding, programming, and robotics. So this is what we
Wow.
focus on, and of course, AI. AI is again the same thing. It's programming and coding only. So
Yes, yes.
that's our domain that you can say that we work from.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. So anyone, wants to think to give to their child this, then Nidhi is the right place. And absolutely, I can resonate with you. When we call for sales or do such stuff, then what kind of we have to go through and what kind of like satisfaction and keep that ongoing moment. कि नहीं ठीक है, it's okay, move on. Absolutely, I can understand. And what we start with, बस हम तो बस शुरू कर देते फिर अपने आप वो जर्नी और वो रास्ते खुलते जाते हैं. मी
निकलते
ऑल्सो
जाते.
बीइंग अ फाइनेंस एडुकेटर, मुझे भी सेम तुम्हारी मेरी challenges बहुत similar type है. So absolutely we can connect with each other on that. When
Definitely.
what was something which inspired you कि नहीं अब तो यही है और यही करना है.
Uh, I'll tell
We
you one thing.
also we
This
have a question also. After this, we'll take that question. Yeah.
Sure, sure, sure. So I think what inspired me most was उसे कहते हैं ना लहू मुंह लग गया. In initial journey, I used to think that what will happen, if I'm not able to, because there were a lot of difficult times. I'm not experienced in sales and marketing and managing and leadership. These are not things that you're taught or you specialize in. So you cry every day over it. Okay. Initially, I used to think, what will happen? I will go back to my teaching, but 2-3 years down, however difficult, it is that लहू मुंह लग गया moment कि अब तो इसी में मजा आता है. बहुत मुश्किल है. बहुत रोते हैं, you cry, you're heartbroken every day, things are falling down, you're picking it up, success moments are coming, again failures, but it is that feeling of, you know, this is what I want to do, this is how I want to move forward. आज नहीं होगा, कल होगा, कल नहीं होगा, परसों होगा. But when you are resilient about something, you know, either you will succeed in it or you will find your path that is meant for you. So
Absolutely. Absolutely agree with you. Absolutely. What do you think about personal brand? उसको आप कैसे डिफाइन करोगे कि हाँ पर्सनल ब्रांड कितनी इम्पोर्टेंट है?
I think personal brand is very, very important, especially when you want to build yourself as a voice in the world. Okay, you want to identify as an expert, as somebody, and especially, the sharing that you want to do. If you have an expertise, you want to bring it to the world, personal branding helps a lot. It is a very good propelling, it's a catalyst to be able to reach more people. So personal branding, I think, very crucial, very important. Everybody who feels they want to do it, they should do it. No second thoughts.
Absolutely, absolutely. And how do you balance your work and personal life?
Oh my God, I fall every day. That's how I balance it. रोज गिरते हैं, रोज संभलते हैं, रोज रोते हैं, रोज उठते हैं. See, balance is really important in life. I think ये चीज आप you learn about this in your journey. You can't have a template or a manual for it. Everybody has a different way of balancing their personal, professional life, and there are multiple aspects to life. Okay, at a certain age, you have your health. Okay, you have two families. As women, we are responsible for two families. You have kids, you have their education, you have your work, you have your health, lot of faces. So what happened is you prioritize on daily basis. Today, my priority is this. So the focus remains here. Tomorrow, my priority is my child. So I
Yes.
juggle.
Same here. Yes, absolutely. We juggle. But one thing I have learned, organizing and planning beforehand. It
Yes.
helps a lot. And this is, like our work. Say, supposing if you have one baby, then I feel that your work is your second baby or your third. Like I say, it is my third baby. तो इसका ख्याल अपने को ना हमेशा रखते रहना. तो वही है कि इसको कितना ध्यान देना है, कैसे करना है. आज उसका टिफिन है, ये है, जैसे हम बाकी चीजें करते हैं ना. मैंने तो वैसे ही समझ लिया अपने काम को कि ठीक है, कल ये मीटिंग है, कल ये काम करना है, आज मुझे यहाँ जाना है, ये नेटवर्किंग है, आज ये क्लास है. तो जस्ट व्हेन वी जॉट डाउन एंड वन मोर थिंग, at night if you reflect the day and you
Yes.
plan your next day, put your gratitude, things will fall in its place. See, हमारे हाथ में क्या है? मेहनत. हम वो किए जा रहे हैं, जितनी हो सकती है करते हैं, बस. दैट्स ऑल आई फील. मतलब कीपिंग थिंग्स सिंपल, that is the best thing. So we have two questions. As an educator, what is the most common fear you see in students before they start learning coding?
The fear is that I can't do it. That is the reason we suggest people, because see, mathematics, coding, all these are, tightly packed into the domain of logic. ठीक है, और लॉजिक एज इट इज एक बहुत इंटिमिडेटिंग वर्ड है, डराता है आप. ठीक है, इसलिए इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि स्पेशल ये सब्जेक्ट्स जो हमें लार्जली पता है बच्चे जिनसे डरते हैं, these subjects have to be emphasized very early in life. Till this age group of 1 to 10 years, no, children are not fearful of education or learning. They enjoy learning. And
Hmm.
that is the time when you have to introduce it to them. It's not that they will kind of become something very big if they start learning coding or mathematics early. But the thing is that they will be able to keep that fear aside. And by the time they reach to that stage where they have to actually get into complex things of coding or mathematics or these logics, they will have internalized the fact that this is a normal. just like learning to play, learning to listening to music, बेसिकली एक लर्निंग कर्व आ जाता है. बच्चे समझ जाते हैं कि सीखना कैसे है चीज को, डरने वाली बात नहीं. सो दैट
हाँ, वो
फियर
वही है ना.
of I can't do it is
हाँ.
what holds people for years and even in adults.
यस यस एब्सोल्युटली. बोलते हैं मुझे कुछ नहीं आता इसका. मुझे भी लोग बोलते हैं मुझे शेयर मार्केट का ABCD नहीं आता है. मैं सीख सकूंगी, मैं कर पाऊंगी, बट वंस यू, ये वही है ना, जो चीज नहीं समझ में आए तब तक डिफिकल्ट
वो
है, जब
डर
समझ
है.
में आ गई. हाँ.
और पता
एब्सोल्युटली.
है क्या, जितनी उम्र बढ़ती जाती है ना, द वे यू ग्रो इन लाइफ, समटाइम्स, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, एज एन एडल्ट, we have to acknowledge it's a very different story for the adults. For children, I'll tell you specifically what you should do so that they don't fall into the category of fear is start early, and whichever subject your child fears, वहां पे engagement और fun को priority दो. ठीक है, जिसे कहते हैं ना खेल खेल में सीखना, उसको प्रायोरिटी दो. दैट हेल्प्स यू गेट द फियर आउट. ओके, द एंड इट इज अ स्लो जर्नी. हैव पेशेंस. बच्चे टाइम लेते हैं, पर एक दिन यू विल सी दैट मैजिक ऑफ दैट दे हैव लर्नड इट. They have started enjoying it. और फिर learning they will do themselves. All you have to do is make sure they don't fall into that fearful trap that ये मैं नहीं कर सकता. सब कर सकते हैं.
एब्सोल्युटली. यस, सब सब कर सकते हैं. You wear many hats as a mentor, educator, and leader. Which role has taught you the most? This is also one more question.
Being a mother has taught me the most, because when you become a mother, you realize that there is a lot to life than just going with the flow. You can no more go with the flow. You have to be disciplined. I'm not much of a organized and disciplined person. I struggle with that. I've learned that very late in life, the importance of discipline and organization. But I think motherhood taught me that, because then it becomes, if you don't discipline yourself, you don't organize yourself. I think motherhood is something which has immense learning if you're ready to learn from it. Every step is a learning. It has humbled me. My child sometimes gives me insights and counters me on so many things. Being an adult, I want to tell her to keep quiet, because I am the adult, I'm telling you. But the reality is sometimes children give you the reality on your face. आप में हिम्मत होनी चाहिए उसको एक्सेप्ट करने की, और अगर आपने एक्सेप्ट कर लिया, आपने सीख लिया.
Absolutely, absolutely. What do you do when you are burnt out?
When I'm totally burnt out, I just sit down, turn on some songs, okay, and just close my eyes and try to relax if I'm like totally burned out and I don't have the strength. But if I'm burned out mentally but I still have the strength, I love to travel, I love to explore. I just pick up my bags, and if I can, I plan out and I go, sometimes with my friends, sometimes alone. I love to travel, I love to explore. That's what I do.
Fantastic, fantastic. And who is your biggest support system?
My biggest support system is my team and my friends, because that is the place in this journey I've realized I can just be myself. I can be whoever I want to be, as silly as I can be, as Gyani as I can be. And, you know, I'll tell you one very beautiful thing what happens with friends and, even my team members. Sometimes I'm just talking. And my friends are just listening. They're not giving any advice. They're not saying anything. They're not countering me. पर उससे क्या होता है जब आप बस बोले जा रहे हो, बोले जा रहे हो, बोले जा रहे हो? They don't have advices to give you. Nobody has the yes or the right to tell you. But what happens is when you have a non-judgmental environment where your thoughts, your feelings are not questioned, okay, it's like talking to a mirror. थोड़ी देर बाद अपने आप से बात करते करते आपको लगता है यार, right? You find your own solutions. You find the courage. to move on with something which has been stopping you. So I think my biggest support system is my team, my friends, and of course my work. I think in these past years, I've realized when I don't work, I don't feel good.
Fantastic. Yes, work is the मुझे तो लगता है now it has become our blood in our body.
Rightly so.
If you could redesign the way children learn technology, what would you change first?
Make things absolutely fun, physical, that is, see, touch, feel, okay? And start asking children how they want it. I have to teach you this. What do you want me to do? They
So
give
then
you the
that
most
you
brilliant.
cannot do. Like in a group of children, everyone will have their own perspective.
Yes.
So that becomes a little bit, some love to, explore and learn. Some love to learn in a very calmer way. So what would
I'll
you
tell
say?
you one thing that works with everybody. Okay. If you want to connect with a child, correct me if I'm going off the topic, but this just
Uh,
came to my mind. First thing that you have to do when you're trying to teach any child anything is build the connection, whether as an educator, whether as a mentor, whether as a parent. If your child, if that child does not feel connected to you, and it takes time to connect, you can't expect that in the first class, then the learning doesn't happen. If you're able to connect, that's
yes.
where you can build the flow.
Okay. Okay. So what now coming to the last phase, what legacy you would leave behind and what is your suggestion to the audience that you feel like this is one thing which everyone should, pick up as soon as possible.
One thing that everybody listening in should pick up right away is forget skills, forget education, forget what course you want to do, connect with yourself,
Absolutely.
right? Prioritize yourself. What happens is in this world of, you know, the fast track world of gathering so many skills, content, this, that, we are losing connection with our own selves. Rather, I think we don't work on it at all. And suddenly, when you are totally lost in life, then you sit and realize. So drop everything and connect. Now, the major question that comes in here is how do you connect with yourself? Start sitting in silence with yourself for 5 minutes. Understand वो 4 आइसक्रीम जो आपके सामने पड़ी, क्या आप सच में डिसाइड कर पा रहे हो कि आपका मन क्या है, आप कौन सी चाहते हो, राइट? Not influenced by your environment around that, okay, this is what everybody will like, so let's buy this, right? So this goes in everything. Connect with yourself, you will get the answers, you will start feeling good, you will get that strength to go through any difficult time in life. Connection to self is the biggest educator and is a core essential of wanting to learn anything. It defines your path.
Absolutely. Agree with you. So, and what legacy you'll leave behind?
Legacy of making education so much fun and engaging and understood that we don't have to push children to it. And
They
the
come on their
legacy
own.
of one big legacy that I want to leave is for us to realize that children are the ones who are supposed to teach us. They are beautiful. They have so much learnings to give. We as adults need to learn to step back.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Agreed.
That is one thing I would love if I can change and leave it behind.
Wonderful. So, we come now to the rapid fire.
Oh my
Fun.
God.
This is
Okay.
my favorite part of the show. ठीक है।
ये पार्ट ना करण जौहर वाली फीलिंग दे देता है, यू आर सिटिंग ऑन।
कुछ तो बड़े बड़े लोगों से हम लोग को कॉपी करना है ना, छोटी छोटी बातें, छोटी छोटी, बट दैट इज द फन, दैट इज द
That
फन।
is the fun, and rapid fire kind of gives that's that goosebumps. क्या question आएगा, and it's fun. I think this is what I resonate with. I love fun, and
Yes,
learning should be fun. Please go
absolutely.
ahead.
If you wouldn't be a educator, what would you be? One
I
word.
would be a baker.
Baker. Oh, so
I
your
love
next
chocolates. I
love
love.
is baking. Okay.
I'm a sweet tooth, and I keep experimenting to see how I can reduce my intake of calories but still eat sweets. That's
Okay.
baker या हलवाई कह लो. I don't know, something related to sweets.
Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Okay, इसलिए
Coffee
तो
is like more
चाय
of a
भी बनाया
dessert to
करो
me.
ना, इसीलिए।
बिल्कुल. And
यस।
coffee is like a dessert to me. I want fancy coffees when I want a coffee.
ओके।
Chai is like, you know,
घर
the
का
daily
वो
love.
इंडियन चाय,
Sukoon.
दिल्ली वाली चाय। Absolutely. As you love traveling, so mountains or beaches?
Depends on my mood. I'm a mountain girl. I'm born in mountains. I love mountains. पर कभी कभी मैं mountains देख देख के थक जाती हूँ. I love water. I love to go. I'm more of an exploration. नया बताओ क्या explore करना है. I might just enjoy being in a crowded street also. So it
Okay.
depends on what
मूड क्या
my
है?
mood is. हाँ,
यस यस। लाइक आई लव माउंटेन्स। मतलब
you do.
अगर मुझे हॉलीडे पे जाना है तो आई गो देयर, मैं कभी नहीं सोचूंगी बीचेस पे।
Beach पे जाने
हाँ,
का.
उस पे जाएंगे, बोर हो गए अगर माउंटेन से तो उस पे जाएंगे, लाइक इट्स लाइक दैट।
But that's the first thing to go to.
हाँ, फर्स्ट थिंग टू गो। आई लव गोइंग हायर एंड हायर, आई फील दैट।
Oh.
Well, if you have money, lot of money,
Hmm.
okay?
Hmm.
You have
Hmm.
definitely, and you'll have also keep growing. So you would go and buy a piece of solitaire, or you would buy your dream car.
I think I'll go buy a solitaire.
हाँ, वो अपने पास रहेगा, गाड़ी पे तो सब वो हो जाएगा ऐसा।
गाड़ियां बदलती रहेंगी, बदलता प्यार है, और गाड़ियों से मुझे
Solitaire
ऐसा
will
कोई
be
खास
a,
प्यार नहीं है. I've
yeah.
never been in fancy of cars, but a solitaire is like, I think a solitaire is very much for me. I bought my first solitaire with my earnings, so it's like self love for me. So I think I will go for a solitaire.
Women's love jewelry.
Yes.
Absolutely. One habit you want to change.
I get tired of monotony very soon. मैं एक चीज को रोज 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 नहीं कर सकती. तो discipline is what I still lack. I get bored very soon of things. I'm like that little child who needs engagement. I need something fun all the time in everything to be able to move on, and something sometimes, the most boring things are more lucrative. So that is one thing, if I could change, I would
बट
love to.
बट तुम कुछ भी देखो, सुरेश सर भी बोलते हैं ना, बोरिंग चीज ही करनी है। अब
I
बिजनेस बोरिंग
agree.
हो जाता है बहुत
That
बार, ठीक है,
that's what I'm saying. ये
बोरिंग हो
change
जाता
करना
है।
है.
हाँ, तो बोरिंग चीजें करती रहना है रोज।
And that's why I said this is what I need to change.
ओके, लॉन्ग ड्राइव्स और शॉर्ट सिटी टूर?
Short city tours.
फैंटास्टिक। हाँ, वो है ना, तुम्हारा फिकल माइंड हो ना, इसीलिए शॉर्ट सिटी टूर।
Huh. I love to go to new markets, explore new foods,
ओके।
and kind of that hustle and bustle of the city. I like that.
एंड आई लाइक लॉन्ग ड्राइव्स।
You like long drives?
या, एकदम म्यूजिक लगा दो, बस मजा आ जाए, गाड़ी अच्छी होनी चाहिए। पैशन और मनी?
Passion.
मनी को कैसे रेट करोगी? हाउ मच इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट इन लाइफ?
Very important. Very important.
परसेंटेज?
But
नहीं, परसेंटेज।
percentage, 100 on 100. Money is a very, very important thing. And especially for women, financial independence is the necessity, a crucial part of life. It is like that basic need. खाने की तरह है, ये तो चाहिए ही चाहिए, राइट? Passion is what helps you stay on track, and रोज रोज चीजों में मोटिवेशन नहीं ढूंढनी पड़ती. इफ यू आर पैशनेट अबाउट समथिंग, यू नो, with tears in your eyes also you will get up and do it.
A dream collab whom you would like to meet?
Dream collab, Google, Facebook, why
Oh,
not? These are dream
wow.
collabs in the education sector.
Fantastic, fantastic. Yes, they might also come up, with their own stuff. Absolutely.
They're very
So
creative people, very
yes,
creative people. So
yes.
that education with
Elon
that
Musk,
creativity can do like, wow, wonders.
एलॉन मस्क तो पता नहीं अगर जिस फील्ड में घुस गया तो पता नहीं क्या कर देगा.
एलॉन मस्क के
Yes.
लेवल पे जाके सोचना इज लाइक, रियली यू हैव टू टेक 10 days टू रियलाइज दैट, रियली ये ऐसे हो सकता है, व्हाट ही स्पीकिंग, कैन, इज दिस फीजिबल?
मैंने उसका एक इंटरव्यू देखा तो किसी ने उससे पूछा व्हाट यू थिंक अबाउट मोटिवेशन. Said what? Said motivation. He said what? Said motivation. 4 बार उसने बोला मोटिवेशन. आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड दिस वर्ड. व्हाट आई हैव टू डू, आई हैव टू डू. व्हाट इज दिस? तो वही है ना, तुम बोलती हो ना
इट्स अ
बोरिंग. मतलब हमें जो करना है वो करना है. अब वो उसमें बोरिंग क्या मतलब? एक्चुअली वी हैव व्हाट आई फील वी हैव मिक्स सम वर्ड्स. मतलब बोरिंग नहीं बोल सकते. हाँ, ये मुझे लगता है ये बोल दो कि मैं अब थक गई हूँ. ठीक है, लेट्स स्टार्ट
कंटिन्यूटी
टुमारो. हाँ,
बिकम्स,
लेट्स स्टार्ट टुमारो. लेट्स स्टार्ट आफ्टर अ नैप. लेट्स स्टार्ट आफ्टर एन आवर. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई टेक ब्रेक्स ड्यूरिंग माय डे. ठीक है. मतलब आई एम कमिंग टू दैट हैबिट ऑफ मोबाइल स्क्रोलिंग आल्सो. टाइमिंग ऑन दैट कि सो दैट आई डोंट स्क्रोल. मैंने क्या किया हुआ है, जो जो इम्पोर्टेंट ग्रुप्स है ना उसको मैंने उस पे डाल दिया है.
पिन किया हुआ.
हाँ. नहीं, उस पे डाल दिया अपने कवर पेज फोन के, जो वट एवर यू कॉल
ओके
इट.
ओके ओके, योर होम स्क्रीन, या.
हाँ, होम स्क्रीन. यस. बस मुझे उसी को क्लिक करना है. मुझे और किसी में जाना ही नहीं. क्योंकि हमारा तो मार्केट वाला रिलेटेड हो जाता है. एक वो 4 बजे के बाद बाकी सब में जाना है. अब होता क्या है कि फिर अब काम की वजह से टीम के भी ग्रुप्स हैं, ये है, तो उनको भी पिन कर दी.
ये
बस.
ना चीज मैंने आपसे सीखी है और अपने एक्सपीरियंस से सीखी है इन द पास्ट 2-3 years. यू नो, नाउ आई डू फील लाइक अ चाइल्ड बट आई एम एन adult. There are so many things to manage. So I have learned this. It's a fact. Motivation is good to hear, okay, good for thoughts, but action is what moves things. Okay, so
Yes.
you don't have to wait for motivation to come. You take the action and motivation comes itself.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I have learned, I've stumbled on this. I was also very motivation kind of a person. Still, motivation comes along, but action comes first. You can't just sit there waiting for motivation to come someday and then things will happen. Things happen, they give you motivation, they
Absolutely.
help you move.
वो एकदम ना वो सोडा बॉटल की तरह है. हुआ, ले लो. दैट्स ऑल. Action, let it take the action. So yes, on this note of motivation, we come to the end of the show. And it was lovely talking to you, Nidhi.
Same here.
Once again, you can share your links, social media links and numbers. Anyone interested to teach their child coding with love and passion, do connect with Nidhi Mahajan, and she is the one who will change the system of education, I would say. Learn children with fun and enthusiasm. So
Thank you so much,
on
Maya
that
ji.
note,
Thank you
we just,
so much.
yeah,
And on that note, I just want to say, not just for coding or to teach your kids, if you're passionate about education in any field, be it you being a teacher, you being a parent, okay, and you want to connect with me, you're stuck somewhere, please feel free. It is not about just giving classes or, you know,
Yes,
solving problems. Sometimes discussions solve a lot of problems. You might
lot
be
of,
having your own answers. Please reach out. Please feel free. And
yes,
thank you so much, Maya ma'am. It's as always, it's a pleasure talking to you. I love connecting with you, and
yes.
that vibe, that acceptance that you have for people's thoughts, opinions, and there's so much to learn from you. Thank you so much for inviting me, and it's a pleasure.
Thank.
It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I love talking to people. I love knowing their journey because the moment we know their journey and everything, na, we learn so much. We learn ourselves. We become a better leaders. We become a better person. And then some perspective definitely changes, though it might be 0.01%. But yes, something or other we will take. And yes, today I'll take from you that children, if are taught with fun, they will actually come out with very, very learned adults in coming times. Absolutely.
It has to be fun in life, even if it is a small percentage of it on day-to-day
Exactly.
basis. It's like dose for life.
So on
And
this,
kids need it.
yes, absolutely. So on this note, we just ended the live stream and we come to the end of the show. So we'll again connect. Any of us need any kind of connects to both of us. Numbers will be there. Feel free to reach out. Feel free to talk and understand any challenges you have. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.